Okay, so good evening all of you. आज मेरे साथ है the rap veterans of Indian hip hop. My
वेटरन बोल दिया
personal
मेरे
my
को वेटरन बोल
personal
दिया
favorite
भाई। मैं
my
वेटरन हूँ भाई आज से। बैठ तो भाई, सही सही सही, बता बता।
my very personal favorites इतने favorites की मेरी फट रही है ये इंटरव्यू लेते हुए।
अरे पागल है
अबे
क्या?
पागल है क्या? कुछ नहीं है भाई, कुछ नहीं है भाई, तू बोल बोल।
ब्रो मैं खुद का फेवरेट नहीं हूँ भाई तू।
अरे कोई खुद का नहीं होता, कोई
को
खुद का
इंट्रो
नहीं होता
कंप्लीट करने दे यार, ये मैं क्या कर रहा है यार।
So my very favorite we have E.M.F and CJ. So yeah, so this is, I guess this is my favorite episode from the whole series. Okay, so अच्छा थोड़ा सा मैं बता दूं, वो मैं कट कर दूंगा बाद में. I
Is
told
this
you
your
I
first
forgot it.
episode?
No, this is my 4th episode.
Oh shit, I thought this was
Then
gonna be
it
the
could be your
first
favorite.
and
So like I wanted to ask you guys, मतलब when like एक ना पॉइंट होता है हम लोग की लाइफ में जब हम लोग को पता नहीं होता कि रैप म्यूजिक ये है या दिस इज रैप म्यूजिक ये है. तो आई वांटेड टू आस्क यू गाइस कि मतलब सबसे पहले कब पता चला, या फिर सबसे पहले कौन सा ऐसा म्यूजिक था जो सुना, जो कि मतलब था रैप पर तुम्हें पता नहीं था कि हम भी ये रैप है, मतलब पर बाद में पता चला कि अच्छा ये रैप है एंड यू गॉट इनटू दिस म्यूजिक इवेंचुअली. तो मतलब वो फर्स्ट पॉइंट कौन सा था? मतलब मैं दोनों से पूछना चाहूंगा, दोनों बता दो. मतलब
You wanna go first, please?
You go first bro, प्राइड मंथ अभी खत्म हुआ है.
Number-
Your you do it.
क्या बोला, मैं जाऊँ या तू जा रहा है?
तू जा, प्राइड मंथ अभी खत्म हुआ है.
अच्छा, so I think like one of my most favorite songs which I did not even know it was rap but I really liked it was Javed Jaffri's खाने का पीने का सोने का मरने का. It used to ring in my head for a long time and didn't even know that's rap, but I really loved that. That's not when I started rapping. I think my first inspiration for writing was Rosesh Sarabhai from yeah.
बात कर रहा है bro.
That's how I started writing poetry and whatever. But yeah, then later on I got introduced to 8 Miles and Eminem, of course, and that's how it flourished further. But yeah, that's that. Tell us,
Siege.
I think मेरा देखो ना अल्ताफ पर आया ना, छोड़ जाने तू वाले. Bro मेरा mine was I think like in school. And there was this one guy bro that was actually like not my very good friend, but like he was a guy, all right. And उसके साथ मेरा मतलब बहुत लफड़ा वफड़ा होता था, but he was the guy actually who told me who Eminem is actually. And मेरे को तभी मतलब मेरे को पता नहीं था क्या, क्योंकि तब हम लोग के पास कंप्यूटर वगैरह सब नहीं था वो टाइम पे. So I mean there was मतलब VH1 के लिए रुकना पड़ता था basically. So he used to listen. He had that computer, so he used to listen to Eminem a lot, and he used to come and tell us class में कि मतलब ये Eminem नाम का बंदा ये वो. उसके पहले music was just music and hip hop was just like hip hop was dance, मतलब step up वगैरह होता था ना. Hip hop was dance and that was hip hop that I knew. मतलब hip hop is a style of dance, that's all I knew. तो वो था. एंड देन ही यूज्ड टू टेल मी कि मतलब Eminem है कि ये वो है. और फिर मेरे घर पे VH1 आने लग गया कि केबल पे वो सब चैनल आता है ना अलग अलग. एक टाइम पे वापस तो भी आ गया था VH1. तो तभी मैंने मतलब तभी मेरे को सब लोग ने बोला कि इंग्लिश म्यूजिक है ये वो. तो मैं सोचा था चल अभी सुन रहा था, मतलब बैठ के सुन लेता हूँ मैं. एंड तब भी आई स्टार्टेड लाइक चेकिंग VH1 like frequently कि क्या आ रहा है. एंड ही यूज्ड टू टेल मी दैट रैप इज वेरी कूल, सो आई यूज्ड टू वेट फॉर दैट शिट. तब हिप हॉप असल जो आता था वो
Hip Hop Hustle.
6 बजे को आता था भाई. वो पॉप इट लाइक इट्स हॉट वाला वो बजता था वो. और उसका वो था, उसमें मैंने सुना था सबसे पहले. एंड आई थिंक इन लाइक अकॉर्डिंग टू माय मेमोरी द फर्स्ट रैपर्स वर Jay-Z एंड Kanye, क्योंकि वो टाइम पे उसका वो आया था ब्लूप्रिंट.
That was still a little later, bro. I think Hip Hop Hustle for a long time was just Eminem.
Yeah, but I discovered it when Blueprint 3 was going on. तेको पता है On to the Next One गाना था ना, On to the Next One.
Yeah, समझा.
वो
That was
मेरे
like
को
when I was in 10th standard, I guess.
Yeah, I was in 6th or 7th. मेरे को अच्छे से
अच्छा,
याद
तो
है.
इतना जल्दी हिप हॉप सुना ब्रो. That's nice.
वही मतलब वो लोगों On to the Next One बजता था, वो सब मैं पहले सुना. एंड देन इवेंचुअली Eminem आया, मैं VH1 पे सुना. स्टैन सुना, पागल हो गए सब लोग स्टैन सुन के. फिर कंप्यूटर आया घर पे, तो फिर मैं घुस गया, मतलब कि यही जो भी है. But then I picked up rapping because of Eminem only. I think I just wanted to rap what he was rapping. So I just used to download the lyrics and by heart वगैरह करके ये सब वही सब होता था. So I think VH1 and that guy who's actually a bitch, but like he told me about hip hop at least first. But yeah, that was it.
So, like, what was the first thing you wrote? Like, what was the first thing that wasn't exactly a rap, but was a rap according to you at that time? So, like, what was that?
It was with this guy only, bro. Matlab, this guy actually we were the guys in the class that understood what hip hop is all of a sudden. मतलब हम लोग वो cool लड़के बन गए क्लास के कि मतलब रैप
Mm-hmm.
सुनते भाई ये लोग ये करते वो करते तो हम लोग दोनों ने ऐसे डिसाइड किया था कि अपन लिखना चालू कर देते साथ में तो
Mm-hmm.
क्लास में बैठ के ऐसे हम लोग मतलब रफ बुक में सिर्फ मतलब कुछ भी मतलब बस राइम होना चाहिए ऐसे बस लिखना चालू
हाँ.
करते थे सो दोज वर द फर्स्ट आई डोंट रिमेम्बर व्हाट आई रोट और समथिंग बट लाइक हम लोग बैठ के जो रैंडमली लिखते थे व्हिच वाज इन 6th और 7th आई थिंक दैट्स व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड like writing I remember the first song I wrote properly was when I was 11 and in 7th grade I think
Mm-hmm.
that was I remember that it was like मतलब वही मतलब लड़की वड़की लेके खाया
I have an interesting story about like the first one of the first raps. I've written poems and shit. बहुत horrible
Mm-hmm.
वगैरह लिखा है रोसेश साराभाई types. But there was one more guy in like people know him by the name of Mayavi now, but he used to be Fast Boy back then. And
Mm-hmm.
निखिल करके मेरा दोस्त है. Like वो मेरे को बोला अरे अपने गली में और एक एमएनएम सुनता है. तो ही तो उसको एमएनएम के सब गाने आते हैं ठीक है ऐसे लाइक दैट्स हाउ इंट्रोड्यूस मी एंड आई हैव नोन दिस गाय फ्रॉम अनदर नेम ओके आई डिडंट नो हिज फास्ट बॉय और व्हाटएवर तो
Mm-hmm.
मेरे को जो भी पता था मैं उसको मतलब ठीक है चल मैं उसको पहचानता हूँ पर मैं पता नहीं था पहचानता हूँ लाइक चल आई लाइक टू मीट हिम एंड स्टफ एंड one day I met him and it was this guy from like दो बिल्डिंग छोड़ के and he told me कि अरे तू एमएनएम सुनता है एंड जो बैटल कर फिर सुनेगा like oh what the fuck is this and चल ठीक है and there was like one guy who was like elder to us जिसने मेरे को एमएनएम से इंट्रोड्यूस कराया उसने बैटल्स ही दिखाया था मेरे को सबसे पहली चीज एंड आई गॉट इंट्रिग्ड बाय दैट एंड वो हम लोग को आग लगा दिया कि हाँ भाई बैटल होगा बस
वो लफड़े टाइप हो जाता है लफड़े टाइप हो गए रहेंगे मतलब थोड़े दिमाग
और
में
सब बिल्डिंग के ऐसे 8 लोग ऐसा बैटल देखने को ऐसा खड़े हैं और ये प्रॉपर वो चड्डी वड्डी निकाल के किस माय ब्लैक एश करके क्या ही इज लाइक वेरी डार्क स्किन एंड ही डिड दैट ओके एंड दैट्स लाइक वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट सेकंड टाइम्स आई बैटल्ड वंस आई बैटल्ड हिम इन फ्रंट ऑफ निखिल ओनली और उसने ग्लास और ऐश वैश राइम किया
हाँ
और वो निखिल पूरा जीत गया लाइक ब्रो फक ऑफ ब्रो एक गंदा लिखा था और फिर हम लोग का री बैटल हुआ था वो इन फ्रंट ऑफ 8 people एंड आई वन दैट एंड that's how I basically got into rap.
उसने चड्डी उतारा था किस माय ब्लैक आइज बोलते वक्त
Yeah.
उसने उतारा
Yeah.
Damn, that's a guy
Not even a hot ass man like that I'd fall for, but you know, fine man.
और
But yeah.
अरे yo हाँ bro
हाँ,
so
तो
that's the
like
first time you wrote that's what you're saying EMF
Well, I started like rap मैंने as a battle लिखना चालू किया and like you know I wasn't even like doing anything very original. I was just deviating a little bit from what I know. Like instead of 313 के जगह मैंने ABC लिखा and like you know tried to
Hmm.
squeeze out concepts and try to
yeah
know how we and I think that really helped me throughout my rap career, you know. But yeah, it's this
start में वही था it was basically like putting your own words into like their
that flow also, yeah.
मेरा भी वही था like the first like I mean मतलब पहले बाय हार्ट करो और फिर स्टार्ट
Hmm.
आया कि चल खुद का लिखते हो बट आई वाज ओनली ट्राइंग टू लाइक मतलब मैं एक सॉन्ग पकड़ता था एंड आई यूज्ड टू लाइक काइंड ऑफ ट्राई टू रिप्लेस लाइक वर्ड बाय वर्ड सो दैट आई कैन फिट इट इन दैट
Yeah,
मतलब मैं
same,
मतलब
same,
ये
same.
बीट पे मैं ये करूंगा और ऐसा सब तो वैसे ही हम लोग
So
का
this
वो
this
था
this new evidence album, right? It
या
has this one voice note in the second song about the three stages of art. One is imitation, the first, like you have somebody that you,
Hmm.
the next stage is emulation when you start to do it,
या
and if you're lucky, you reach the third stage that is innovation.
हम्म
Like it's a dope album though. Like check it out.
भाई काफी बढ़िया मतलब जैसे I started by copying Bohemia
No, that's fine, man.
because because you
या
know because I grew up in Punjab and you know
या
that was the hot shit like that was
या
the and I used to copy him like yeah so
Bro. Don't even get me
Bro,
there,
he was
bro.
good though, bro. Like वो time पे था
हाँ
बंदा.
अरे I was the fan of that, I was the member of that cult. मतलब मैंने
Yeah.
सोच रखा था कि इधर टैटू बनेगा बोहेमिया का, तो
Oh,
बनेगा. मतलब that is like 8th class 9th class, मतलब ऐसा ऐसा सोच थी मतलब.
That's
तो
fine,
मतलब
yeah.
I used to
bro,
मतलब ऐसे.
bro, but बोहेमिया का छोड़ दो जो गाना है bro. That's really,
हम्म.
I love that song, man.
I love that song. मतलब बहुत प्यारे गाने हैं, मतलब बहुत बढ़िया
हाँ,
गाने हैं.
थोड़े हैं उसके गाने अच्छे.
But I think the problem with Bohemia is he's like taking like his whole career for granted. Like,
हम्म.
I've not followed him इतना कि मेरे को पता नहीं क्या है उसका. वो पैसा नशा प्यार मैंने सुना था एक बार और 2-3 गाने अच्छे लगे थे मेरे को. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट आई डोंट रियली नो एनीथिंग अबाउट हिम. तो मतलब होगा क्या पता.
मेरे को तो एक एक ऐसे बर्थ डेट याद थी, सब एक एक चीज की. हाँ भाई, ऐसे ये वाली एल्बम इस दिन याद, इस दिन निकली है, ये वाली इस दिन इस डेट को आई है, ऐसा
मतलब
ऐसा वाला माहौल था.
वो तेरा एमएनएम था. मतलब एमएनएम के
हाँ,
that was
अरे
like
नहीं, बट
exactly Fast Boy with Eminem.
आई
I was
आई
also like
गॉट.
that with Eminem. I used to consider him God मतलब God था Eminem मेरे लिए.
But I think I relatively moved on quicker from Eminem to other artists. Like I moved on to Mike Shinoda very quickly when I heard Linkin Park. Then I Lil Wayne, like जैसे तुम्हारा बोहेमिया का था ना, वैसा मेरा Lil Wayne का था. Yeah, I am what I am. ऐसे गाने थे मेरे, ठीक है तो like for real. But
Oh shit.
I have debates where I've really fought with people. Can Lil Wayne is better than Eminem, man. So like I feel you.
In today's day I am also gonna say that. मेरा भी ऐसे बहुत लोगों के साथ
हाँ.
डिबेट होता था कि मैं एमएनएम के साइड था तभी. मैं लिल वेन हेटर था वो टाइम पे क्योंकि
Man.
मैं तेरे को बोला था ना उस दिन, याद नहीं है क्या
Yeah,
ब्रो.
yeah, yeah.
मतलब
I
एक
know.
था एक
But
फेज
just
कि लिल वेन से नफरत करो, मतलब क्योंकि वो पुसी मनी रीड करता है और उससे नफरत करो, लड़कियों पे गाने बनाता है, ऐसे सब था. एक कुछ तो अलग ही मॉडल जोन था वो. तो जो भी एमएनएम के फैन है दे सपोज टू हेट लिल वेन, एंड लिल वेन के फैंस मैंने देखे ही नहीं थे वो टाइम पे. आई यूज्ड टू थिंक कि एवरीवन हेट्स लिल वेन, फक लिल वेन, ऐसा लगता था मेरे को. बट था ब्रो ऐसा.
सो लाइक एक एक स्टेप, एक वो आता है ना अपनी लाइफ में कि एक पॉइंट आता है कि लाइक यू स्टार्ट टू, जैसे अभी जैसे दैट इज लाइक चाइल्डिश बिहेवियर. जैसे वही कि अभी हमने द 3 स्टेप्स वर द इमिटेशन, emulation and innovation.
innovation. Yeah.
So what was your emulation like? मेरे को बहुत बढ़िया चीज मिल गई. मतलब मेरे को अब वो जानना है कि how did like you got over that fan phase. मतलब एक होता है ना कि बस अंधेधुंध फैन है किसी आर्टिस्ट के, उसके बाद मतलब you started discovering music and all and you started creating music. मतलब वो वाले फेज के बारे में थोड़ा सा जानना है मेरे को कि उस टाइम पे क्या हुआ था फिर.
Should I go first or you wanna go first?
All questions you are going first.
What the fuck, man? You really want me to go first?
Siege is a cutie. Siege is a
Yeah, it's
cutie, bhai.
definitely
Don't start
100% a cutie.
शांतु यार ये.
No, but I think मेरा emulation तभी हुआ when I like it happened every time I discover a newer artist. Like there was an Eminem phase, then there was a Fort Minor phase, there was a Immortal Technique phase after that, and then I just kept on discovering more and more and more music, and it still happens. I don't know if I've reached the innovation stage yet. I really don't think so. But I still think I'm emulating and I'm trying to incorporate as much as I learn. I'm not really to mix two things at the same time, but I try to find references and follow that. That's still what I'm on. But I hope but like, I think so. A lot of my career has been emulation. I think it happens when you keep discovering. So that's been the thing with me. And that's like when I found Lil Wayne, I tried to rap like him. I tried to incorporate my stories in his flow.
Hmm.
So and then that kept on happening even with Immortal Technique. I there was like a very conscious rap phase in my life.
भाई मेरा तो दिमाग फट गया था. मैंने डांस द डेविल सुना, मैं 10 मिनट
Oh
तक कुछ नहीं
bro,
बोला. मैंने
bro, I
मैंने और
sat down, bro. मैं
मैंने तो
बैठ गया, bro.
मैंने
जमीन
तो
पे बैठ
सबसे
गया.
पहले भाई मेरा ऐसे आई रिमेम्बर इट वेरी क्लियरली, लाइक वेरी क्लियरली. इट्स अ संडे मॉर्निंग, विंटर सीजन है, ठीक है. हम लोग ऐसे छत पे बैठ जाते थे धूप में, ठीक है. तो मैंने ऐसे ईयरफोन्स लगाए हैं, मैंने प्ले किया, जीनियस पे लिरिक्स खोले क्योंकि अंग्रेजी चार्ट नहीं समझ आती थी क्या बोल रहे हो. तो ऐसे खोल के भाई वो गाना खत्म हुआ है
Bro,
एंड
you're
आई
still
एम,
from the genius era, man.
he's young bro.
हाँ
I'm still Metro Lyrics, AG Lyrics, दो ही
A to Z
वेबसाइट थे
lyrics,
पहले.
A to Z lyrics best था भाई. उधर
हाँ
से कॉपी होता था, जीनियस से पहले
क्या?
कॉपी नहीं होता था, पता है
हाँ हाँ, yes yes.
तेरे को? शांतनु बोल कर.
तो आई
हाँ
एम मतलब वो एक तो 8 मिनट का वो गाना है, ठीक है, उसके बाद मतलब मैं ऐसा एकदम नंब हो गया हूँ, मतलब मेरे को ऐसा कुछ इमोशन परसीव नहीं हो रहा, मेरे को कुछ समझ
Yeah.
नहीं आ रहा दुनिया जहान का क्या है, मतलब ये क्या हो गया भाई मेरे साथ, मतलब दैट वाज लाइक। और इमॉर्टल टेक्निक इज द फर्स्ट रैपर आफ्टर एमएनएम जो मैंने मतलब ढंग से सुना,
अच्छा
ठीक है, मतलब
अच्छा.
ऐसे जैसे एक एक दो दो भाई मेरा दिमाग फट के ऐसा ऐसा एकदम भाई एकदम ऐसे चुप, मम्मी पूछ रही है भाई क्या हो गया तेरे को।
Yeah, Dance with the Devil was hard, bro. मतलब मैंने भी जब देखा ना, I saw this video where it was, I don't know if it was like the official video or something, but it was some red screen going on. It looked
yeah, it's
dangerous.
not the official video, but it's a
Yeah,
fan made
it
video. Yeah.
fucking looked dangerous and dark, and I was just listening to it, and I was like, "Pencho, क्या?" मैं तो lyrics भी नहीं पढ़ रहा था भाई, मैं तो सुन के ही एड़ा हो गया था कि मतलब ये क्या ट्रिप है ब्रो, वो था ब्रो. I think
Bro,
मेरा,
मैं
I
भी
think
घर पे चल रहा था ऐसा, लिविंग रूम में वॉक करते करते सुन रहा था, एंड पूरा गाना में ऐसा चल रहा हूँ, एंड देन दैट पार्ट केम एंड आई जस्ट सैट ऑन अ चेयर एंड आई वाज लाइक शिट ब्रो.
क्या ब्रो, that was some shit ना, लाल पागलपन है भाई वो. मेरा आई थिंक मेरा मेरा ये एमुलेशन वाला जो फेज है, मतलब व्हेन आई थॉट दैट आई वांटेड टू लाइक टेक इट up to me, and it actually it's a good thing that you brought immortal technique up, because मेरा ऐसा था कि मेरा एक माइंडसेट बन गया था दिमाग में, because there was Eminem that I was listening to a lot, and उसके
Yeah.
बाद the people I started playing other than Eminem was maybe Nas और Tupac और ऐसे लोग मैं सुन रहा था, and most of them were just, they just sounded very rebellious with everything that they were doing. At least like Tupac तो था ही, मतलब उसका तो.
Okay, can I ask you a very controversial question? Okay, you
Ever
really
ask
like
me, do you think
Tupac?
Tupac? No, I don't like Tupac. मेरे को पता था कि ये कुछ है, but no man, he is what he is. But like I don't think he's a good rapper, but he is what he is. But
Yeah,
मेरा
yeah.
वो टाइम पे ऐसा था कि मतलब like he had that energy pumping, मतलब ऐसा था तो सुनने में मजा आता था ये वो, and I was a newbie man. So I think that rebellion, that factor of rebellion kind of got to me, because it was Eminem talking about his feelings. I thought that rap is talking about your feelings, talking about what you feel, me against the world, ye trip, and I think I just adapted that into like, मतलब rap was not music for me. It was just talking. मतलब मेरे को beat भी पता नहीं क्या होता था, ये वो. And I thought that's just a good way of just talking or shit. मतलब मैं सिर्फ lyrics सुनता था, मतलब मेरे को और कुछ पता भी नहीं था, मतलब कि क्या
Best, best.
होता है और कुछ, मतलब literally I was like कि what else is there,
I
मतलब
think all those guys turned out to be good rappers. Like
I
people
think
जो
so.
लोग बीट
Yeah,
सुनते
yeah,
थे
yeah.
ना, वो लोग ऐसे हग रहे हैं अभी मतलब.
Yeah, that's true, man. Bro, I didn't know I could listen to like two songs back to back, and I couldn't tell you the difference in the music of it. I could only tell you the difference of like, that I just used to think कुछ भी दे दो, मतलब मेरे को कोई भी एक ड्रम बीट दे दो, मतलब मेरे को ड्रम्स भी नहीं पता था. I think that factor of rebellion kind of got to me, because I was like कि मतलब मैं अपने दिल पे लेने लग जाता था कि मैं स्कूल जा रहा हूँ और मेरे को बहुत लड़के लोग ये कर रहे हैं वो कर रहे हैं और वो सब. तो आई थिंक मेरा वो
Story,
तरीका,
yeah.
हाँ, तो मेरा
Find
वो
a
तरीका
story.
था कि मतलब कि आई रिलेट टू इट एंड आई स्टार्ट writing everything that I'm listening to like these days. So I was extremely influenced. मतलब I was like a blank slate and everyone just stuck on me like that जो start में होता है. So I think that feeling of rebellion, feeling of me against the world and all of that, that made me emulate my stories into their style. So that's what I
Okay.
started doing. And Immortal Technique वगैरह भी फेस था where it was like just कॉन्शियस. आज से मैं कॉन्शियस रैपर, मैंने डिसाइड भी किया था एक बार कि आज
Yeah,
से मैं
same same.
कॉन्शियस रैपर, आज से मैं
हाँ,
गवर्नमेंट की मार्च हो दूंगा,
same
ऐसा
same.
सोच
Yeah,
के रखा
हाँ.
था मैंने बीच में. बट थैंक गॉड आई केम आउट ऑफ इट. बट हाँ वो था.
Yeah, same. No.
थैंक गॉड.
I tell you this one secret, okay? It's like there were like even me and Achint, both of us, like were very immortal influenced, and we had this whole tape that we decided we'll do. और तभी मैं एनीमे भी जस्ट देख रहा था, ओके? सो देयर वाज दिस टेप जिसमें ऐसा डेथ नोट था, और डेथ नोट पे हम लोग के एरिया के एमएलए और वो लोग का नाम लिख रहे.
अरे यार.
I'm so glad we did not drop that shit,
Even
man.
I'm glad you didn't drop that shit. Fuck, man. हाँ bro, वही था. आई थिंक इट्स जस्ट, आई थिंक वही, मतलब उन लोग का स्टोरी अपने लाइफ में
Yeah.
छाप के जैसे जैसे होता है वही था ब्रो. आई थिंक
But yeah,
एटलीस्ट.
that's good art, I think, man.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
happens.
I mean, it kind of like life imitates art, art imitates life, ऐसा trip. And I
Yeah.
think I think like at least EMF, from what I'm gathering, it was more about lyrics from the start.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
So it
definitely.
was it was it was
Yeah,
just words that so मेरा भी सबसे बड़ा attraction हुई था rap के लिए कि मतलब this is the only genre जिसमें you are saying so much, you know, मतलब
yeah,
there are so
bro,
many words.
exactly.
There is so many words there is, मतलब क्योंकि बाकी सारे में मतलब ऐसे ही होता है ना कि एक गाना एक लाइन गा और 4 बार गा दो और
Yeah,
उसको हो जाए रैप
yeah,
को लग रहा था बहनचोद कितना कुछ बोल के निकल जाए मतलब एक गाने
yeah,
में मेरा वो सबसे बड़ा अट्रैक्शन पॉइंट था और आज भी मैं उसी पे टिका हूँ कि मतलब
yeah,
this is the
yeah,
genre I want to chase because this is the only where I can talk my shit मतलब completely. I can't sing my life out in 3 minutes. I can still rap my life out in 3 minutes if I try really
yeah,
hard.
true.
If I
And
try really hard.
yeah,
So
so
yeah,
even Deepraj, right, the producer, I've been working with him since 2011, and I used to be not a metal head, but I used to listen to a lot of metal.
फिर में
All
है वो
Hmm.
थोड़ा फिर में है वो थोड़ा वो
yeah,
स्ट्रीक है मेरे को लगता है
बहुत metal सुनता था मैं, because like I had metal heads around me, no, so they keep playing
yeah,
metal, and I'd also like that.
yeah.
So I used to be crazy about guitar. मेरे को कॉल सेंटर पे जॉब करके इलेक्ट्रिक गिटार लेना था बस. मतलब ये मेरा लाइफ का एम था भाई, जब बस मैं कैसे तो 25,000 जमा कर लूं फिर सब आ जाएगा. But then Deepraj one day like around in 12th he gave me like a real talk के देख तू डिसाइड कर तेरे को क्या करना है कि तेरे को do you like rap more or do you like metal more, like you can't like stand on two boats. You can, but like you got to decide what you want to be better at. And that's when I decided that hip hop is, I think, better for me because I get to talk so much, man. Like
Yeah,
I don't think I can talk through music a lot because I can't create music so much. It's
yeah.
different for Deepraj because he's a producer, but for me it was my words, and so I stuck with the rap part.
I think that's why I also still do this because of that, because of talking. I think
Yeah.
just talk your shit
तो
and
बक बक बहुत बचपन से किया ना, मतलब मेरे को आई थिंक मेरे को बक बक करने दिया नहीं है. लाइक इवन दोस्तों में लाइक मैं बड़े लोग के साथ चिल करता था, वो लोग ज्यादा बात करते थे मेरे से. आई नेवर गॉट टू टेल माय स्टोरीज मैन.
घर पे
सो
आके लिखता था फिर अकेले बैठ के
हाँ तो हियर आई एम मैन.
अकेले बैठ के मैं इसको ये बोलूंगा भाई वही होता था हाँ
या
वो
ट्रू.
है that's the story I think every
No,
I
not
think
every bro, not every.
I
I
mean
think
I was gonna say every person who can write maybe
या या
telling
ट्रू ट्रू
that the
ट्रू.
story maybe
या ऐसे मतलब मैं अभी 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 के बच्चे लोग, आई डोंट वांट टू से सेवन बंटाइज बट आई सेड
names man ये हम लोग नाम ले सकते हैं यार तू शांतनु को मत डाल जेपड़ी में भाई वो बोला वो ले रहा था ये इंटरव्यू है समझ रहा है नाम
बट
मत
लाइक
ले
no,
बस
see, they're very young, so it's fine to mention them because they are an example for everything, and it's not coming from a point of hatred because I really think they have potential. What I don't like is their source of influence,
yeah
because they've not been guided nicely throughout their career. But whatever, man, like they're a नाइस एग्जाम्पल फॉर एवरीथिंग कि उनका लाइफ देखोगे तुम तो अपन जो बात कर रहे थे अभी इट डजंट रियली रिफ्लेक्ट विद देम लाइक दैट. They've been respected because they are somewhere already by this time. And I've
Hmm.
seen firsthand through clubhouse groups and whatnot. Yoku Bhai, yeah, still I should say Yoku is like the better rapper from the other guys, and that doesn't mean I'm hating on them, but I still think he's has more potential. But I hope they explore that. They find mentors who help them explore that, and just not like these agency people around them, right? The agency people always spoil you, man. जिनको भी एजेंसी का हाथ लगता है जल्दी ना उनकी गांड लग जाती है. So
हाँ वो तो है ही भाई वो तो ट्रिप देते ही वाला वाला भी
yeah, true, true.
अच्छा तो नेक्स्ट थिंग आई वांटेड टू आस्क कि मतलब ये सब तो चलो हो गया कि अपना सेल्फ म्यूजिक डिस्कवर किया, मतलब खुद से डिस्कवर किया, खुद से सुनना, खुद से लिखना शुरू किया. बट लाइक EMF had been a part of like he is one of the first rappers to like battle on stage.
No, no,
And
not
I
really, man. There's no, 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 no. I have not. I think I'm from the second or third generation of rappers. There was one more generation above me who would do that. Poetic is one of the first generation rappers, and he was the youngest among the first generation rappers.
लाइक वही ना, मतलब जैसे अब हम लोग हैं, हम लोग मतलब अब तो इस हिसाब से तो थर्ड फोर्थ पता नहीं कौन सी जनरेशन के
I
रैपर्स
think
हो
I
गए,
think
तो
you
लाइक
the fourth generation, hands down,
हाँ तो
definitely.
वही उसी के बारे में मतलब थोड़ा सा कि लाइक व्हाट वाज हैपनिंग एट दैट टाइम ऑन द स्ट्रीट्स, लाइक व्हाट वर द इवेंट्स और लाइक साइफर्स वगैरह हो रहे थे. आई डोंट नो अबाउट द आई डोंट नो एनीथिंग अबाउट सीज की, मतलब सीज लाइक वर यू अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइक ciphers or something? Like, were you going out there
No, no,
and
no, no,
like
no.
nothing?
I think I was quite young in the sense I was like I think in school and stuff when these guys I don't know about Anmol, but I know about Poetic when
Mhm.
these monster battles and stuff like that
Yeah,
used to
I
happen.
was, bro. I'm the fucking last monster
Oh
battle
yeah, shit,
champion,
shit, shit,
man.
shit. I remember your photo, bro. वो काला टी-शर्ट में तूने वो
Yeah,
पकड़ के बैठा हुआ. I
white
remember.
t-shirt. It was
Yeah,
actually a similar t-shirt. It was a
I,
white t-shirt.
I remember you were holding that. Oh, पकड़. I think, but I was in schools. मतलब I was like young
Yeah.
back then. और मतलब हम लोग का क्या सीन है ना, bro. I was young in Mira Road, which is a different thing. It मतलब हम लोग के लिए मतलब हम लोग के लिए वहां जाना ना is one thing. You have to catch the train, which was only allowed for you at home when you are past 10th grade and stuff. तो मतलब मैं
Mhm.
इन लोग सबको देखता था लाइक ऑनलाइन देखता था बट आई नेवर लाइक वेंट अहेड एंड मेट ऑल ऑफ देम मेरे को बहुत
Yeah.
टू बी एंशियस अबाउट ऑल ऑफ
I
दैट
remember like when I
बहुत
first heard चीज कुछ वो नेहरू वाला कुछ बार था ना तेरा.
या आई थिंक आई वाज एट THSM only. I think that was the first time I even met you.
वो मास्क पहना था तूने जो मैंने खरीद के रखा था और मैं भी खुद वो वापरने वाला था ना. I was like
नहीं
this
वो
bitch
तो
man.
वीडियो था बट आई थिंक
Yeah,
द
yeah.
फर्स्ट टाइम वी मेट वाज एट अ लाइव इवेंट एट THSM at
What?
Habitat. Yeah, at Habitat. I had performed that song and you told me it was good. I remember that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah,
I think I
Like,
watched
I know that you know a lot of history about like of Indian underground, so I wanted to like
kind of.
shed more light on
Cause
it.
I was very young when I joined. It was in 2011 when I joined first. Deepraj used to stay at Nahur. Deepraj used to stay around VNM, and he was friends with like on Facebook. And VNM would post updates about ciphers and what all is happening. And he'd tell me कि इधर इधर हो रहा है कुछ चले जा. तो मैं वहाँ
yeah.
चले जाते थे. That's how
कौन
monster battles. VNM Viraj Manjrekar. I don't know if you know him.
I know Viraj Manjrekar, but you said तू चला जाता था अकेला कि you said you and
मैं और अचिंत जाते थे.
वो
Like वो मेरे को और अचिंत को बोलते because we were a crew. Me, Deepraj and Achint were a crew called Diachronic back then, and you know we he'd send us to places. वो खुद नाहूर रहता था वो नहीं आता था तो मैं और अचिंत पास में रहते थे तो चले जाते थे. That's how we went to Bandra the first music night. We performed some tracks. People loved it. A-List called us to the Cypher Mania thing that he started. A-List was a rapper from Kolkata, and
Mhm.
he was one of the OGs. Okay, and he'd like freestyle for hours. He and Kavi, bro. Uh, I've witnessed them freestyle for an hour straight. Okay, like one guy rapping for an hour. They just go on, fucking go on, and they loved freestyling, and that was what it was, man. We just meet up. That's when DMC was new. DMC had just fallen for Poetic Justice, and Poetic used to rap, and Abhishek really like there was this whole divide between rappers who would like to freestyle, and the people who like to freestyle were the people who didn't mind fucking up, and there was these rappers who do pre-writtens, and those came from Andheri and that side, and वो सब काफी होता था. It was nice for a while. A lot of the starting battles were like तुम freestyle में एक punch बोल दिए तो damn bro you the shit. Because like I remember Virat Vilas Pawar and this guy called Shadow Demon. और एकदम Counter Strike name है, but that guy's like actually missing right now. It's sad. I hope he's fine. But वो लोग का बैटल था और वो लोग, तेरी माँ की चूत. फिर सामने वाला नहीं मेरी नहीं तेरी माँ की चूत. फिर तीसरा वाला बोलता है मेरी नहीं तूने बोला मेरी माँ की चूत पर एक्चुअल में तेरी माँ की चूत है. 4 राउंड हो रहा है ठीक है.
जो बोलते हैं वही
Sat through such battles, and there were some battles where people you would really think about something. There were some lines which were fucking awesome. We've sat through that. I've sat through Kinga Rhymes winning a battle saying मैंने तेरा पैंट खोला and your pussy was like Coca-Cola, and shit like that. But they're like witnessing B3 also where people are rhyming like that. It's been a long journey, man, which listeners will not comprehend like that unless they were there.
yeah.
And even in elsewhere, like when we were organizing B3, we had like huge fights. Me and Achint and Deepraj were fighting with Poetic and Hitain, saying that no, bro, pre-written नहीं करना है, freestyle करना है. And these guys were trying to convince us, bro, pre-written में ज्यादा material मिलेगा, freestyle में तुम क्या करोगे ज्यादा, मतलब कपड़ों वपड़ों को गाली दोगे और ये सब. And we're like, चल एक event करके देखते pre-written, and like it worked out, and then that's how we carried that forward. But that was also a transition for us, was free, but I still think freestyle battles are fun, man. That should happen. That's something that's missing in the culture right now. People are too wary about their image and whatnot.
remember are you from that Orkut era?
No, I'm not. I was never
Like
on Orkut क्योंकि मेरे को family भेजती नहीं थी cyber cafe वो age में.
अच्छा अच्छा.
Insignia Facebook group, there was
No, but
Insignia.
I've always heard stories from Poetic because I've been on the WhatsApp group of Insignia where all the
Mhm.
Insignias have discussed rap battles from 2011, and so I know a lot
Mhm.
of inside information about that.
I was in that group, like I was like just watching all of that. मेरे को पता है वो लोग ना कुछ तो डालते थे, ऐसा क्या बोलते हैं, कुछ तो अलग उधर ऐसा वो टेबल जैसा वो लोग बना के डालते थे भाई, कि
Scraps,
ये
scraps कुछ रहता था. Even I don't know the setup,
वो-
but
मुझे
like
समझ में ही नहीं आता था भाई क्या हो रहा है इंसिग्निया में, मुझे समझ में ही नहीं आता था, ऐसे कुछ तो लिखा होता
so
था ये वो है ये
I
वो है
don't
ये वो
understand
है.
setups, but मेरे को पोजू ने when my and AJ का battle got announced, Poetic just gave me a heads up. Like he straight up told me like AJ is winning this, you're not winning this. That's because
Mhm.
he's known AJ for that long from the Orkut days, and he
Mhm.
told me there was thread जैसे रहते हैं ना,
हाँ
thread था एक where people were posting AJ's quotables. Okay, so एक page पे there's like some 12-15 quotables. Okay, एंड एवरी कोटेबल वाज फ्रॉम सम बैटल. ओके, कोई तो अपना फेवरेट कोटेबल पोस्ट कर रहा है, फिर तुम आके अपना फेवरेट कोटेबल, एंड ऐसा
Mhm.
12 पेज का थ्रेड बन चुका था वो, where people are posting completely different lyrics, different quotables,
हाँ.
different lines, and like Pojus told me that every battle he's ever done has been a classic. Him and HOD sadly doesn't battle anymore because he's settled in life and he doesn't, like, he's not really interested now. But AJ's been here and he's like AJ's like he's told me about him, so that's why I've been intimidated. And then I've collaborated with AJ, I've met AJ, and I've seen what he's like as a person. He translates in rap. Okay, he himself is, he's not something else, it's him. So that's why it's kind of scary also when I think about battling him. But yeah,
that
also,
but that's gonna happen, right?
that's gonna happen, man, unless I die first.
So like let's talk about battling then. मतलब मेरे को मन कर गया, मतलब like so how did, what was your first event and how did you got into battling and all that
Oh man,
specifically
I
like.
told you the first event was with that fast boy guy, man. That was like, that gave me the adrenaline pump because I beat him. Okay. And then like these 8 friends, okay, who probably not even closely related to rap, only one of them who introduced me to rap was there. And he appreciated me. He's like, bro, you got some talent. Like even when
Mhm.
today when he gets to know, I was still like one day, like after 5-6 years I met him. It was in 2013. And
Mhm.
he and like, oh, you're rapping now. I'm like, yeah, a bit, man. He's like, chal freestyle kar. Okay. And like, freestyle, man. He was throwing me words and I freestyled it. It was very basic. It was horrible, but he was mind blown. Like, shit, bro, you can do. And he, like, that appreciation is really like a drug. That crowd reaction is a drug. Uh,
It's a drug. I have been there. I have been addicted
but
to
you
it,
know,
man.
it's like the one that smoke does, it's kind of garda, man. Like, the cheap reactions are a different thing. But you know that I see what you did there. Like I can't do that shit, but I see what you did there. That reaction is a different class. That
Mhm.
very less people get. Even when AJ does that, it's different from the kind of reactions I get. I'm a very bad joke turned into bars reaction. AJ,
Mhm.
what the fuck did he say reaction? Like it's very different from smoke and carnage reaction. Samir also is not in the league of that category. Like even I'm like a few miles away, I'd say. But yeah.
So मतलब इन सब इवेंट्स पे कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे बकचोदी बकचोदी तो होती होगी खतरनाक सी, if you can remember one instance like that कि मतलब बहुत बहुत weird या बहुत funny कोई ऐसा incident जो
Bro, there's
हुआ
so
हो.
much. I think my favorite one was that तेरी माँ की चूत नहीं मेरी नहीं तेरी माँ की चूत one. That was like the best thing. There was one more battle. Okay, that Vilas Tawar battled, and in the battle, oh, you just battle, and he started beatboxing. It's like I can do this also. It was horrible beatboxing, but still.
But they were like kind of smart though, man. They were like just throw your opponent off.
Oh, you just battle.
That's
That
him
was something
translating. That's him
creative.
translating himself. मतलब वो ऐसे ही है बंदा भी, मतलब माँ की तो तेरी. God, man, that's kind of hard though, bro. I kind of respect that. I kind of respect that.
And you know
Man.
the best thing about Virat is you never say Virat Pawar.
Yeah.
Virat
You
Vilas
always say
Pawar.
Virat Vilas Pawar. I don't know why father's name has to be in this.
Proud
But
of
yeah,
you, man.
And like
क्या
मैं पूछ रहा था Siege, like what like you have been performing for a while and I have seen your videos. I have never been like I want to be on one of your performances, want to be on one of your shows, but I have never been. Like I have seen the videos and the like I am a huge Bubble Cars fan. मतलब मैं बहुत बड़ा वाला Bubble Cars fan हूँ. मेरे को एक
Oh,
गाना
insane.
मतलब
The
एकदम
day I
रटा हुआ
read his
टाइप.
album का name, right, Bubble Cars, I was like, bro, you know that title that gets you. I mean,
Yeah,
I had मेरे पास भी एक गाना था which I named Goodbye Cruel World, but like Bubble Car was like a better cheat code, man. It's like, you know, it like that impact जो बोलते हैं,
yeah.
Hmm.
you know, when
Well,
you
I think
think it
even in my opinion, like fuck the album, whatever it is, but I think that name was, even in my opinion, that the most genius thing that I did. I was like, कि मैंने नाम रख दिया था. It came to me, bro. I'll just give you a side story. I'll let you finish your thought.
हाँ.
Bro, I'll tell you the story of that name, man. It was me, Anand, and another one of Anand's friend. Okay, हम लोग अरोली गए. ठीक है, अरोली बहुत दूर है. ठीक है, मैं बताऊंगा, बट ये मेरे को पता है अरोली बहुत दूर है. आई वेंट टू मीट आनंद टू प्रोड्यूस बीट्स. आनंद इज लाइक, हम लोग अपने दोस्त के घर पे जा रहे हैं. लाइक व्हाट? तो बोलता है हाँ, हम लोग अपने दोस्त के, मेरे दोस्त के घर पे जा रहे हैं हम लोग, चल जाते हैं हम लोग. मैंने ठीक है. अभी मैं बस में बैठ गया उसके साथ और अरोली चले गए हम लोग ब्रो. और वहाँ पे ना दारू पीने लग गए हम लोग सब. एंड ही तो आउट, मतलब both of them were heavy drinkers and they are out. I'm a very light drinker, but I was drinking and I got drunk. And Anand is just like, मतलब ऐसी ही बात कर रही है. वो बोलता है तू इधर आ. मैं बोला क्या हो गया? बोलते इधर और बाजू में बिठाया हो मेरे को. And he's just like, he taught me a lot of things, and this was his way of kind of teaching also in a way. कि वो मेरे को ऐसा, he was he was drunk as fuck, but he did this very magical thing to me that kind of like did whatever it did. वो मेरे को बोलते
That
इधर आ
that
बैठ.
sounds sexually interesting, but go on.
I'll tell you about that later. But वो मेरे को बाजू में बिठाता है, बोलता है कि वो खिड़की के बाहर देख. मैंने बोला देखा मैंने. बोलता है वो बहुत अजीब था. बोलता है गाड़ी दिख रहा है तेरे को? मैंने बोला हाँ दिख रहा है. तो बोलता है वो गाड़ी देख और वो गाड़ी के अराउंड तू स्टोरी बना एक. वो ये बोल के चल दिया ब्रो. मतलब लाइक एवरीवन स्टार्ट माइंडिंग देयर ओन बिजनेस आफ्टर दैट. ही जस्ट सेड दैट एंड एवरीवन व्हाटएवर they were doing, and I was just like looking at that car and I was also drunk. Okay, मेरे को बहुत कम में चढ़ जाती है और मेरे को चढ़ गई थी उसमें. And I was just looking
चलो
at that.
कम में चढ़ जाती है क्या?
कम में बहुत चढ़ जाती है राइड. तो फिर मैं देख रहा था ब्रो गाड़ी को. एंड इन माई हेड आई डोंट नो व्हाई, एक्चुअली द मोस्ट ऑब्वियस थिंग, टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, द मोस्ट ऑब्वियस थिंग टू लुक एट अ कार एंड बी लाइक हाँ ठीक है हवे में उड़ रहा है वो, क्योंकि आई एम ड्रंक एंड ऑल ऑफ दैट ये वो.
I don't know, man. It's not very obvious, man. It's like
For
it, I
me
think
it
it's
was for
linked
me
to
Like
you.
for me it
for
was like
me,
the first,
like
the
अगर
first
मेरे साथ कोई ऐसा बोले तो मैं I'll just go straight to Harry Potter reference, that flying car.
for
Like
me it was for me it was like I'm kind of like in that intoxicated state. So I was just like कि ठीक है, I think that car should just fly or something. ठीक है, and that's the only thought that came to my head. Okay, that's the only thought that came to my head. Everyone started minding their own business. खत्म हो गया conversation उधर. And after that, when I was coming back home, I just kind of kept that thought in my head कि वो गाड़ी उड़ रहा है, whatever it is. I don't know what, I was hungover or something like that. And I remember sitting from Thane station to Dadar in that train. And I was like, I kind of need to base whatever I have on that flying car kind of a thing. The first thing that came to me was San Andreas, and I knew that cheat code. And I was just like, this is it. मतलब गाड़ी उड़ने का हम लोगों ने story बनाया. I wanted it to be like a personal story that Anand and I shared, and I think this was a very weird thing that happened that kind of stuck with me. So I was just like, train में मैंने decide कर लिया कि this is the name that I'm gonna call the album. And after that I made that song Bubble, because it didn't come out of that song. The song came out of that name.
Yeah.
And
That was the shit, man. That was
I was like
that
fuck, मतलब कुछ अलग ही हो गया था.
that name only spoke. The title spoke to me so much, man. Like
Anand was like, don't call it bubble car. But I was like, Anand was wrong about everything in that song. That title song, Anand was like, that hook is horrible. And I was like, no, it's not horrible. He was like, no, this is really bad songwriting. मैंने बोला ठीक है मैं change कर दूंगा, पर मैंने कभी change नहीं किया वो. He even told me that the name is bad. I was like, I don't want to change that name. So that one song that he was very wrong about, and I was just like, I'm not going to listen to you. That kind of worked a lot. But yeah, that's how that name came about. तो क्या
yo, by the way,
बोल.
आनंद का जो टेप था ना, फ्री बॉन्ग वाटर ब्लूज करके,
हाँ हाँ हाँ. Press
he just sent me that shit one day, and he's like, इस पे लिख दे कुछ, तो मैंने लिख दिया और मैंने रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं किया। अभी तो अपन आनंद का बात करे तो मेरे को याद आ रहा है टू रिकॉर्ड दैट शिट आल्सो।
कोई बात नहीं। शांति से सवाल क्या पूछ रहा था?
क्या हुआ?
सवाल क्या पूछ रहा था?
सवाल
कुछ परफॉर्मेंस के बारे में पूछ रहा
हाँ
था।
मतलब what like I want to know about your after bubble cars became and like भाई बहुत लोग ने सुनी है, ठीक है, बहुत लोग ने तोड़ के सुनी है bubble cars, ठीक है, and
या
after that like when you performed it on the stage and what was that like वो कैसी फीलिंग थी भाई, सब लोग चिल्ला रहे bubble cars, मतलब वो फील के बारे में जानना मुझे, वैसा कुछ याद आ रहा हो, मतलब there are 2-3 videos that I have seen of yours performing and वो बहुत शानदार लगता है भाई कि भाई ये क्या सीन हो रहा है भाई, मस्त इधर होने का है मेरे को ऐसा सीन।
Bro, that bubble cars का hook ना, it that I had that melody written, मतलब वो मुर्दे को ना मार सकता कोई आज वाला मेलोडी था, और बस वो लाइन था और नेक्स्ट लाइन था वो. There was this one performance before the album released and I was working on that album, and it was I had to perform with Manthan and Sai, and I decided that I'm gonna do the song, and for the first time I was performing that song. They decided that ad-lib कि we are going to hype that ad-lib up like that कि मतलब मुर्दे को ना मार सकता कोई आज, वो लोग पीछे से चिल्लाएंगे कोई आज, आज पूरा आसमां है मेरा, तो वो लोग पीछे से चिल्लाएंगे मेरे हाथ. उन लोग दोनों ने मतलब डिसाइड किया था और मैंने बोला था हाँ चल अच्छा लग रहा है आइडिया ये वो. एंड देन वी परफॉर्म दैट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम एंड दे स्क्रीम्ड दैट. देन पीपल अंडरस्टूड व्हाट्स गोइंग ऑन. मतलब मैं जो लास्ट के 2 वर्ड बोल रहा हूँ वो 2 वर्ड वो लोग रिपीट कर रहे थे, उन लोग वो समझ गए थे कि वो 2 वर्ड वो होने वाला है. They started doing it and that's why the crowd also started singing कि मतलब मुर्दे को ना मार सकता कोई आज, तो इन लोगों ने चिल्लाया कोई आज, तो सेकंड लाइन में वो लोग समझ गए आज पूरा आसमान मेरा, तो वो लोग भी मेरे हाथ चिल्लाए. एंड दैट्स व्हेन आई गॉट द आइडिया कि आई शुड कीप दैट इन द सॉन्ग कि let a crowd sing after like that line hits. So that hook kind of became a thing before the album came out. I knew that this was something that they would yell back because it's in the song or whatever it is, and it was a thing. But when they sung it for the first time after the album release, because there was a bigger crowd at that Fun Republic social, that was the first time I performed the entire thing, and they yelled that shit. It was the thing is that I had decided to rap the entire album every time I perform it because it's that entire sequence जैसा भी, and it's quite emotional to be honest. वो time पे मैं था उस zone में, तो it was quite emotional. तो मेरे लिए वो मतलब it was that breaking point that happens, you know, when it's like dark, it goes to that peak and then you come back out and then there's like people yelling koi aaj. So I think that it was the closest thing I can relate to like as a feeling was relief maybe when they sung that shit out. And I was like हाँ मतलब हल्का हो गया दिमाग, पूरा दिल थोड़ा हल्का हो गया मतलब वही टाइम पे कि मतलब it was like built up emotions throughout the entire set. And when that song comes out, it's kind of like a victory ish kind of song where you're yelling all of that shit out. And when they started,
या
it was almost like it was basically the closest thing is relief. मतलब fuck, मतलब उन लोगों ने चिल्ला दिया वापस. And I think that's the best thing feeling I got as a performer. I mean, what else? परफॉर्मर के लिए तो मतलब वही बात हो जाती है कि मतलब अगर पब्लिक गा देती है तो इट्स लाइक ऑब्वियसली अ ह्यूज थिंग. माय थिंग इज आई वांट टू मेक पीपल फील द म्यूजिक दैट आई एम डूइंग, इम्पैक्ट जितना ज्यादा बना सकते हैं लाइफ में. बट दैट्स आल्सो अनदर थिंग कि मतलब व्हेन दे स्टार्ट सिंगिंग अ सॉन्ग दैट्स अनदर bonus all of it. So मतलब I think I was just like fuck, मतलब this is like a dream in a way come true, and it was that, man. It was like almost like
या
come true, one of those dreams come true. मजा आ गया था bro, बहुत सही फीलिंग थी वो.
I
and
think
like
I'm a very selfish performer, man. I don't think about like I in all honestness I feel I'm very selfish because I don't even like मैं hook usually मेरे songs पे मैं दीपरा से भी बोलता हूँ कि मेरा hook एकदम लास्ट में एक ही hook रखना भैंचोद, बाकी मेरे को खाली रैप करना है भैंचोद.
नहीं ब्रो,
Like,
ये एक वाइब है ब्रो, मेरे को बहुत पसंद है ऐसे भी.
I mean that's because I think it's appreciated because it's a different structure. Okay, comes and it goes. Like you don't get a repeat one. You have to listen to the whole song again. That all of that is different. But I think as an artist also, like I don't know. I think I rap to just pretty much tell somebody something. In a lot of times I can't help but think that's very selfish because I do not really plan on entertaining people, or and it's not referring to anybody, but it's referring to like let's say Garibi. When I did something like Garibi, uh, I was really thinking about audience during while writing that also. Okay, हाँ अभी लोग को ये rhyme के बाद ये rhyme सुनना trip हो जाएगा. ठीक है,
हाँ
so that it comes from that. I think like as EMF, I'm a very selfish writer. I just want to say shit and get the fuck out of there. But I mean, I sometimes wish I don't know if I have that skill or not, but I think I do. But I don't choose to. I don't know. Maybe I'm not like as successful because I don't dwell on that skill so much. Because like it clearly is a proof. When you see the difference between Garibi and EMF,
Hmm.
uh, you see the difference very clearly with that mindset also.
Yeah, that's true. Could be. वो एक हो ही सकता है मतलब कि like obviously the
Yeah,
hook, the name of the hook मतलब that gets people hooked on to.
yeah. I don't know, man. मेरे को hook writing मतलब it's when I'm usually doing something else, I can write a hook, but when it comes to EMF, right, I never write a hook. I write a verse first, then I continue the verse, then hook
Yeah.
के part में जो verse आते हैं वो मेरा hook रहता है.
और तू तो और तू जो परफॉर्म कर रहा था अभी कल मतलब उसमें ऐसे हो रहा था कि मतलब लास्ट के 4 लाइन रिपीट हो जाते हैं ऐसे
Yeah,
मतलब
yeah, yeah. A lot of that is that, man. Like कि
yeah,
बस वर्स लिख रहा हूँ एंड
लास्ट के
जो वर्स में जो हुक वाले पार्ट पे जो मैंने लिखा है दैट्स द हुक
that's
बस.
so तो यही है तुम्हारे पास रख लो आंखें चूस
ओके सो लाइक मैं एक ना बहुत स्टूपिड क्वेश्चन है ये, ठीक है? मैं रहा फिजिक्स नहीं, मैं रहा फिजिक्स का स्टूडेंट. आई एम स्टिल थिंकिंग दैट ईएमएफ स्टैंड्स फॉर इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स.
bro I
It
wanted to
is.
ask you this two
Yo,
days before why
I'll tell you the story behind EMF. Okay, uh, when I kept that name, okay, I was looking for a new rap name post AG. I
AG
was double E, and I would really watch a lot of ghost stories on Discovery series. Okay, और तभी मैं एक बार घोस्ट स्टोरीज देख रहा था और एरू भैंचोद बाथरूम में देख के भौंक रही है ब्रो. वो लोग कुछ भूत का बात कर रहे हैं, मंत्र वंत्र चालू है और एरू बाथरूम में देख के मेरे गांड फट गए. और वो हर सीरीज में देट हैव दिस EMF रीडर, राइट, to detect spirits. So
oh
that was like my क्या बोलते हैं, the poetic translation के the spirit of the song and this is EMF. So that's why
I don't
bad
think no anybody knows this. Like this
bad
is the first time it's
yeah
coming out, है ना?
I don't think anyone know that I don't know I
I
never
mean
knew that
I've said that casually, but भैंचोद लोग को लगता है eliminating Mumbai's finest. I'm like, bro, that was like just a word play. मतलब
तूने
why
बोला
would I
था
keep that as my fucking entire personality? You fucking stupid.
I thought
But yeah.
EMF had something to do with MF Doom.
No, I heard MF Doom way after I named myself EMF. Like I heard
Thought
MF
that
Doom.
I
I
thought
had
that
heard
MF
MF Doom, but I was
yeah
a fan post 2015 when I started discussing it with Gaurang.
hmm.
And वो as a song, which as a personality, we started discussing MF Doom. That's when I really fell in love with MF Doom.
I thought that MF was from MF Doom and you added an E to it which has like a meaning to
No,
that
no, like EMF, I kept my name way before that, but I'm
electromagnetic
a
force
fan of MF Doom post that.
electromagnetic force by
But yeah, electromagnetic field, right? Rather.
yeah.
That was
That's
like the
the
name.
other.
Yeah. AJ has this line when he dissed poetic. He has like, if I studied EMF, I failed physics. And like these engineers really told me the relevance of that, like how EMF is a vast subject and
everything I think
लाओगे तो तुम्हारी physics की गांड मरेगी.
मुझे वही याद है
He's a dope writer, man. What the fuck can I say?
And like two things I want to ask is like Season, it's such a
सी गन है
unique
वो
name.
सी गन है
Huh?
वो
C gun है.
Yeah.
हाँ सी गन है मेरा
C
नाम
gun. C gun है.
हाँ
Sorry.
सी गन है मेरा नाम
Shit, bro. As a punchline करने का, I'll just call you up on stage. You'll see gun while I call my friend on the stage, and you just pop on the
right
And like
right
how did you like drop the N?
drop the.
ए यो पॉज हो गया ब्रो मतलब मैं तो ऐसी मैंने अपना नाम ऐसे मैं एक टाइम था जब मेरा भी वही था कि मेरे को नाम बदलना है क्योंकि मेरा पहले तो रैप जनरेटर वाला नाम था यार
क्या था? I don't know this.
जे प्रिजन नाम था मेरा
क्या? Ape prison.
जे प्रिजन जे प्रिजन
J
Oh,
J
J
prison.
जे
prison.
डॉट प्रिजन बस जे इनिशियल और प्रिजन पूरा नाम था जे प्रिजन फिश ये बात सुन मेरी जे प्रिजन फिश था पूरा नाम मैं और वो लड़का जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं ना हम लोग कब स्टार्ट से मेरा स्कूल वाला
Yeah.
वाला था अपना रैप जनरेटर ऐसा सब तो मेरा निकला था जे प्रिजन फिश, और मैं सीरियसली उसको अपना लिया था भाई, सब लोग ने छोड़ दिया था, मैंने अपनाया था, मैं बोलूंगा मैं वही हूँ अभी, जे प्रिजन हूँ मैथ से। और फिर तब भी टाइम आया, मतलब कि अभी ऑनलाइन वगैरह डालना है भाई, थोड़ा मतलब वीडियो वगैरह डालना चालू करना था। Like I shot a previous video and I wanted to put it out and I was really
Is that
confident.
नेहरू एपीजे कलम वाला क्या?
नहीं, उसके बहुत पहले ब्रो, मतलब आई थिंक आई वाज 11th grade or something. एंड आई वाज जस्ट लाइक कि नाम डालना है भाई अभी, तो जे प्रिजन में कॉन्टेम्पलेट करने लग गया था उससे कि ये तो नहीं जा रहा है सही, ये तो नहीं लग रहा है, मतलब इट वाज दैट करियर डिफाइनिंग मोमेंट फॉर मी, आई हैव टू चूज वन एंड स्टिक टू इट फॉर एवर नाउ। तो आई सीगन है तो मैं, आई वाज लाइक कि सीज एक वर्ड है तो रख लेता हूँ, मतलब आई हैड नो रीजन, आई वाज जस्ट लाइक सीज एक वर्ड है मेरे नाम में। द रीजन आई डोंट कॉल माई सेल्फ सीगन इज बिकॉज यू ऑल्सो कॉल्ड इट सीजन, which is a very common mistake to make for people to call season, and I was like, I
But
don't.
your complete name is such a unique name. Like I haven't seen somebody with this.
You know, when I
First name is.
first name, it's like a Punjabi guy telling you to shut up. मुंह पान कर दे।
No, that surname is common in South India. That surname is common in Tamil Nadu and stuff. But that name is very uncommon. एक टाइम था ब्रो, मतलब मैं फेसबुक वगैरह पे ऐसा यूजुअली सर्च करता था कि सीगन नाम का कभी तक कोई आया है कि नहीं, और एक टाइम पे कोई नहीं आया था, पूरी दुनिया में कोई नहीं आता था, अभी थोड़े
Bro, I know, man. Anmol is also such a weird name for a guy. Like,
that's true, that's true. But Punjabis have that name for boys also.
yeah, but ऐसा मराठी लोग का नाम मराठी अनमोल नहीं है ना ज्यादा।
वो तो है, आई थिंक है, मेरे बाप ने रख दिया हो नाम ऐसे ही।
Yo, you know what my father wanted? My father was a troll, bro. मेरे father को मेरा क्या नाम रखना था मालूम है? टोनी रखना था मेरा नाम।
होना चाहिए था यार, वो यार।
Like my mother apparently fought for this and like मेरी जो ट्यूशन टीचर थी उसने ये नाम सजेस्ट किया इसलिए मेरा ये नाम पड़ा बट मेरा तो मेरा नाम टोनी गावंड होता था।
सजेस्ट कर दिया तेरी टीचर, ट्यूशन टीचर ने, टोनी गा भाई माँ छोड़ देता टोनी गावंड। हाँ भाई, बाप तेरा टोल था। हाँ, मेरा बाप थोड़ा ऐसा, मेरी बहन का नाम एपीका है।
क्या?
हाँ, मेरी बहन का नाम एपीका है, EPEEKA।
एपिका?
हाँ, और मेरा नाम सीगन।
एपिका कुछ शॉर्ट कर रही है क्या तेरा वो?
पता नहीं भाई, एपीका और सीगन है हम लोग दोनों का नाम।
Does this
Nice
mean
man, that's like
something?
very
मतलब
unique, very unique man.
Yeah,
Epica,
my name means to win. It's in German basically. Yeah,
okay.
oh.
German. My father knew German or knows German, I don't know, but he knew German at that. He बोलता तो है, but I don't believe him. But वो बोलता है I know German. तो उसको वो पता था, and my sister's name is from the Hebrew language, and I don't know how he came up with all of that.
Wait, 1 second. एक का नाम जर्मन है, एक का नाम हिब्रू है।
Hebrew है।
Same.
And I was the one feeling special by being named Shantanu amongst Amanpreet, Manpreet, Sarabjeet.
नहीं bro,
Yeah, but that's like you're destined to be villains, man. German.
So everywhere my sister and I go, we know that we run this unique name game. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck what your name is. कोई मिलेगा ही नहीं ब्रो।
देख, एक मेरा एक दोस्त है जो मतलब उसका नाम ऐसा यूनिक नहीं है बट कॉमन लैंग्वेज में बहुत यूज होता है वो वर्ड, बट वैसा नाम कोई नहीं रखेगा वो। उसका नाम आशिक है।
ब्रो, मेरे को ना कॉमन नाउन रखना, अगर मेरा बच्चा होगा ना कोई, आई वांट टू कीप एन इंग्लिश कॉमन नाउन, आई कॉल हिम अ कप और समथिंग, समझ रहे हो? तो कोई बच्चे का नाम टेबल फैन रख दूंगा मैं।
टेबल फैन? तो डिड यू से दैट? मेरे को आवाज नहीं आया।
Yeah, I wanna name my kid a common noun, मतलब like a thing. I don't wanna call him something like that. तो मेरे को, I wanna like ruin his life like that. तो मेरे को टेबल फैन रखने का सोच रहा हूँ मैं, एक कटर रखने का सोच रहा हूँ, एक कप, ऐसे सब रखने का। फैमिली ट्रेडिशन अलाइव ब्रो।
तेरा बेटे का नाम पैंचो रखना। पैंचो। पैंचो मुंह पान कर।
मुपनार है यार, सीगन मुपनार है मेरा नाम।
वही मुपनार? शिट यार, मुपनार।
Yeah.
Shit, bro, that's like very tough to do a wordplay on now.
कर ले, तो
Spell your name then.
Think on it, sleep on it.
Yeah, I'll sleep. I'm ready for that, man. I'm just saying.
Acha, just a quick question. See, 5 albums that everyone, if you are into hip hop, should listen. 5 albums.
Oh,
That's
fuck.
very tough question, bro.
Very
Five
tough.
albums.
A very tough question.
Very tough.
Off the top of my head, this is not a
Hmm.
definite answer. In any way, this
Hmm.
is not right, okay? I'm just saying what I think. I think मतलब बायस के साथ बोल रहा हूँ मैं अपने मेरे को लगता है कि माई ब्यूटीफुल डार्क ट्विस्टेड फैंटेसी एक सुनना चाहिए
Hmm.
Yeah.
दैट्स एन एल्बम
True.
एक शायद इल्मेटिक भी होगा
Okay.
एक इल्मेटिक भी हो सकता है क्योंकि दैट वाज आल्सो
You're an
लाइक
Illmatic fan or a Stillmatic fan?
आई एम एन इल्मेटिक फैन
I'm
आई
a
थिंक
bit of Stillmatic,
आई
but
एम
yeah.
इल्मेटिक फैन मैंने मतलब वो प्रॉपर भी सुना सीक्वेंस वगैरह दैट वाज एक्चुअली द फर्स्ट एल्बम आई हर्ड लाइक एल्बम
Okay.
आई थिंक इल्मेटिक भी एक होगा also if you want to I can say all Kanye West albums, bro. Actually, to be honest, all of them are like that only very relevant thing and all that.
Okay.
I think 808 भी एक है. 808 and
Oh,
Heartbreaks
I
also.
love that album.
808 and Heartbreaks also one thing that you can listen to and learn. Carter 3 or 4.
I
What?
am taking one, either one.
Carter 3.
Part three.
3.
Three. Agreeing on that.
3. Okay, चलो. मतलब मैंने क्या बोला? Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, एक Illmatic, एक Carter 3,
And 808s and heartbreaks.
and Heartbreaks. एक बच गया. थिंक अभी नए में बोल देता हूँ मैं कोई इधर मारना एल्बम के हिसाब से ना आई थिंक टू पिम्प अ बटरफ्लाई इज अ स्ट्रांग वन
Hmm.
एक वो हो सकता है think yeah that's about it I don't know I would have missed out a shitload of मतलब ये याद आ रहा है मेरे को
Yeah, definitely. My top 5 मतलब bro कितना scene miss out हो ही जाता है when you mention that.
And EMF, I want to ask you, like, ye top 5, but popular, not from the popular artists, like underrated artists.
Okay, underrated if you're well, I don't know how underrated this guy is, man. वो Thanksgiving वाला YG वो Corday कितना underrated है मेरे को पता नहीं. But
Mm-hmm.
that album is one of those albums जो तुम top to bottom सुन लोगे. Definitely K Rino का book number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking crazy, bro. It's like every song is fucking K Rino is something that you should that if you haven't yet, you should get into. You'd be fucking surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Uh do EPs count or is it just albums?
EPs count. EPs. Let's
So
count them.
Atlas का Flower Boy Flowers करके EP है, not Flower Boys. Flower
Mm-hmm.
करके EP है Atlas का. It has 3 songs. Discombobulated और एक दे them. That is fucking crazy. और मैंने कितने बोले? 2 बोले ना? I don't
Teen.
consider Absol underrated. If
Mm-hmm.
you do, then Book of Soul is definitely like that
I
album.
kind of missed out on that one मैं सोच रहा
Yeah, so वो वाला. And okay, this one artist is not at all underrated. I'd say I'd be I don't know if it is, but for me he's a bit overstated because of his fans. Okay, but this album is underrated. Kendrick Lamar का Kendrick Lamar EP. इसमें PNP वगैरह गाने हैं. That
Mm-hmm.
I talk about over dedicated
कौन सा?
overly dedicated में था ना वो PN
या overly dedicated के पहले भी एक Kendrick Lamar EP करके था.
I know that pussy
Uh,
petrol ना
that was I don't know. वो वाला album में भी सब गाने so listenable and flows like that, man. Like हर एक
PNP क्या
गाना.
क्या गाना है भाई PNP
I know, right?
crazy
3 Petrol make it happen. I love that so much.
crazy है भाई
और कौन सा underrated बंदा है?
I was thinking you mention idea.
Idea is, I mean, yeah, he's definitely underrated. उसका वो जो heaven वाला गाना है, I don't know, I forgot the name of the EP album. एक तो many faces, I think it's many faces of Oliver Hart. उसमें there's this song about heaven. Like Lester introduced me to that song where he's confused, he dies, and the song is describing that he died, and he's talking with this angel. There are two angels. One is, they both are like, you pick one of us, you ask us as many questions as you want, but if you pick the right one you go to heaven, if you pick the wrong one you go to hell. And he's
Hmm.
asking them, मेरी माँ का नाम क्या है, मेरा ये क्या है, वो क्या है, सब अलग अलग क्वेश्चंस पूछता है. And in the end is like, fuck it bro, both of them are answering अच्छे से. He just turns around that I don't want to go anywhere, and like as soon as he turns, like he's in heaven.
Oh,
And that was like such a
Oh.
beautiful song, man. And this fucking got me. Like definitely idea is one of those. वैसे देखने का तो ब्रदर अली का 2019 में ईपी आया, सीक्रेट्स एंड एस्केप्स. That's like, bro, I lose my mind over how people don't talk about it at all. But
right?
some of the
I,
most classic songs ever, Brother Ali,
I had fun
Evidence
on my
also, whether or not, or even the latest album that he dropped. The latest album is so smooth, man. मैं हमेशा सुन के सो जाता हूँ, bro. Baby, like it's like my sleep album. मेरे को नींद दिला देता है वो 100%. And I don't sleep like very ऐसे अच्छे से. मेरे को ड्रग्स करने पड़ते थे सोने के लिए, but you know, it's like if I sleep to some album, it's like a huge compliment. Like I think पांच हो गए ना? एक दो तीन.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so last question, coming to the conclusion. क्या चल रहा है आजकल? आगे क्या आने वाला है?
Bro, I hate to say this, but fog चल रहा है.
oh yeah.
I mean, fuck me for that, but no, for real, man. कुछ ज्यादा नहीं चल रहा है, bro. Just trying to balance life and music, and finding a job that keeps me well satisfied and motivated enough to drop my music and doesn't take too much of Anmol from me. That's pretty much what's going on.
And what is going on with Salim OTW?
That's that's an EP. Basically, the idea was to I wanted to make kind of short EPs with different producers and make multiple EPs this year.
Hmm.
But COVID struck and all of that. My plan was to actually travel to these places. I wanted to do one with Vedang, which is happening. Salim is an EP with Vedang.
Hmm.
Uh, I wanted to do that Pune, and I wanted to go to Delhi after that, which I will.
Hmm.
It is with
Hmm.
Naitik के साथ 3 गाने, and then I'm planning to go to Ranchi to work with Trios. Uh, so basically, that's the plan ahead. I don't know how much of this will work out or what the fuck is going to happen. But right now, I'm working on that EP with Vedant. This month we're recording it. I'm going to Pune for that. And yeah, उसके साथ तो bro बस काम वगैरह चल रहा है and just trying to make a living here and there doing whatever the fuck I can. And yeah, man, Salim is the name of that EP and it's on the way. That's about it.
I wish you both all the best. And on the last note,
एडवाइस दो यंग
if
रैपर्स को, तू पूछने वाला है क्या? यही बोलने वाला है ना, एडवाइस दो यंग रैपर्स को. वही बोलने वाला है, वो हंस रहा है वो.
नहीं, मेरे पास तो है एडवाइस, ब्रो. मैं डेफिनेटली दूंगा, ब्रो.
सही में तो
इज इट
मैं
दैट?
एक ट्विस्ट डालने जा रहा था इसमें,
बोल
मतलब द क्वेश्चन वाज ऑलमोस्ट सेम, ठीक है, बट मतलब ऐसा था कि लाइक विद योर टच इन इट, मतलब लाइक
या
आई वांटेड टू हियर चुप लोड़े वंस.
क्या चुप लौड़े?
अगर मैंने गाने में चुप लौड़े बोल दिया, अभी सब लोग चुप लौड़े ही बोलते रहते हैं मेरे को कि चुप लौड़े बोल के बता एक बार. ये क्या बात हो गई भाई? एक लड़का मुझे मैसेज करता है चुप लौड़े बोल, मैं हिला रहा हूँ.
नाइस. आल्सो फॉरवर्ड दैट शिट.
मैंने किसी की स्टोरी देखी थी भाई, उसमें मेंशन कर रखा था, उसमें लिख रखा था कि मतलब ही मैसेज दियो भाई एक बार चुप लोड़े बोल दो, एंड यू सेंड अ वॉइस नोट एंड ही पोस्टेड इट.
यही बंदा बोल रहा कि मैं हिला रहा हूँ अभी, ऐसे बोल रहा था. अनमोल टू एडवाइस द यंग रैपर्स को, पागल.
अच्छा, मैं दूं क्या एडवाइस यंग रैपर्स को?
सीधे मैं भी दूंगा फिर.
अच्छा ब्रो, I have some advice, man. Like this is a very common advice which I really like to give people, that never ever be like your music, but don't be proud of what you've done as a rapper. तुम जितना hate को सीरियसली नहीं लेते उतने लव को भी सीरियसली मत लो. Like stay true to closer to your art, not true to your art, but you stay closer to your art if you learn to not take all the love that you get seriously. Because always remember, there's somebody better than you. Always,
Hmm.
like around your city, around your fucking town, in your country, in the world, there's always going to be people way better. So don't listen to people when they call you the best.
That I think मैं भी मतलब एक टाइम पे माइंडसेट पे आ गया था कि मतलब like if I'm not gonna take the hate seriously then I also shouldn't take the love seriously, which actually I came to that conclusion like a few months ago, not months ago, I think it's been like a year I've been thinking like this कि मतलब the thing is musicians do this very often where it's like if someone criticizes you it becomes a matter that you don't know music and you're criticizing me so fuck you. But if the same person who doesn't know music appreciates you, you never turn to them and say that you don't know music, so you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
True, true,
That
true.
is never the case कि मतलब तेको क्या पता बे लौड़े तू क्या मेरे को अच्छा बोल रहा है, like that is never
Yeah,
the case. I have started implementing it in my life कि whoever tells me anything they don't know what they're talking about unless and until I'm talking to like say an EMF about lyrics. अगर वो मेरे को कुछ बोल रहा है तो obviously I would know what he's talking about. ये वो मतलब if I'm asking for feedback from someone, that is the feedback I would take. If I'm asking for feedback, I am accepting that he knows something that I don't know. So obviously that is like a receiving end there. But other than that, I think this if you are not if take like keep it real, right? Matlab, like if you keep saying that I want to focus on the positive and all of that. I don't know how. I mean, if that works for your life, go ahead. But I don't know how far that takes you, man. If you think people don't know shit about music, then people that are loving you also don't really know shit about music, and that's
true.
it. So yeah, मेरा एडवाइस है ब्रो, मेरा एडवाइस है, मैं तो सब लोग को यही बोलता हूँ कि आजकल द थिंग इज नाउ this desi rap wave has started where people have started getting signed and people have started making like a living out of it, which is a good thing, like happy for them or whatever. But the wave has started where they are coming ahead and preaching a lot. Do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. My advice is don't take any of that shit advice. But I'm just saying, Ji, I know a lot. I mean, like I know a lot of them, man. They just come live and they give out business advice and do this and
Yeah,
do that and
true,
all.
true, true. Yeah.
Don't listen to all of that bullshit. Just do what. मतलब, the thing is, India में ना, bro, there's this misconception that hip hop is old now. ऐसा misconception
Hmm.
है कि hip hop is like it's flourished. It's made. It's an industry now. It's not. It's still immature, bro. And there's like a million other ways that you can do what you want to do. And don't listen to these people who I don't know made it or whatever, and they kind of give out
They haven't made it, bro. Nobody's
no,
made it.
I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's not an industry yet. That's what I'm saying. It's like such a young phase for hip hop in India still. मतलब जितने भी generations बोलते हैं, but it's still young. Where it's
Yeah,
like
true.
where it's like a million ways untapped still.
Yeah,
So find that way rather than taking advice. Like a lot of people, bro. मतलब उन लोगों के साथ क्या होता है मालूम है? एक डील बुरा जाता है ना तो वो लोग आके मतलब इंस्टाग्राम पे बोल देते हैं कि fuck these labels. नहीं जाने का इन लोग के पास ये और बहुत सारे बच्चे इन्फ्लुएंस हो जाते हैं ब्रो उस चीज से कि मतलब नहीं भाई हाँ इसने बोल दिया तो हम लोग नहीं करेंगे इसके साथ काम उसके साथ काम पता है नहीं अभी तुम्हारे साथ कुछ और एक्सपीरियंस हो सकता है और उसके साथ कुछ और एक्सपीरियंस हो सकता है तो मतलब सुनो मत ब्रो किसी की मतलब कोई भी आके बोलता है तो वो अपने एक्सपीरियंस से बोलेगा तुम अपना एक्सपीरियंस देखो एंड डू व्हाट यू गॉट टू डू एंड जस्ट राइट बेटर आई गेस दैट्स
but
अबाउट
I'd,
So
I'd like
on.
to add something. I'd like to add something quickly. Like it's very similar to people, marketing people. Okay, especially if you've done MBA or whatever. People who tell you that हाँ मेरे को market समझता है, but the market is so dynamic. Like whatever market, okay, it's like you can't understand it. You can have the ability to translate it or figure it out. That's a different thing. Understanding the market doesn't exist. So if somebody tells you, okay, I know the way, they don't know the way, because there's no way, man. There's just like a jungle and you just make it out of it. That's that, however you make it out of it. So like there's a lot of people who make it out of the same way, and like जितना ज़्यादा लोग वो तरीके से जाते हैं, it gets tougher for the people who follow. And no, like just don't listen to people when they tell you they know the way. Especially don't follow them at all. Like you do your thing, man.
yeah
And
Hmm.
even you yourself don't believe in it, just try to stick to your plan, I'd say. but yeah.
Immortal Technique ने गाने में बोला है there's a market for everything, there's a market for
Yeah,
getting your nipples pierced.
yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
telling me that you can't sell my music, ऐसे वैसे बोला
It's
है।
true, bro.
क्या
It's
है?
fucking true, bro. लोग कुछ भी सुनते हैं. How can you say that? नहीं ये नहीं है भाई. मतलब किसको अच्छा पोएट्री नहीं सुनना है, तो सुनना है, बट कम लोग हैं.
Exactly.
Even if you charge, like if people are willing to pay 500 rupees for one poetry, even if you find 100 people, that's your aim, okay? कि 100 लोग का सर्कल बनाना है, तो मुझे 500 या 1000 रुपए दे रहे. You realize how much music money you're making from just one tape. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, exactly.
Instead of like, getting 5 paise per stream, which like this million streams all artists get, it's you're earning more than them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
just how it is, man. Like you got to figure shit out. And
But I really want these rappers to just like shut the fuck up, man, and not
yeah, true, man, true.
do that. तुम ये करोगे तो फिर वो सुनेंगे और ये करेंगे तो वो सुनेंगे. The thing
मैं
is,
तेरे को बता रहा था ना कि like this clubhouse group, I was fighting with this fucking Chicago guy called Ivish, and fucking stupid is telling a 19-year-old kid to, bro तू अभी से म्यूजिक करेगा ना, तू डिग्री विग्री छोड़ दे, if you believe in it. अरे भैंचोद क्या बोल रहा है ब्रो, उसको डिग्री लेने दे भैंचोद. कि
हाँ,
मतलब 100 में से भाई 3 लोग मेक इट करते हैं भाई, तू क्या बोल रहा है उसको.
exactly, man. This is the ज्ञान चोरी बंद करो, bro. Just like
हाँ ना यार, लाइक
never qualified to ज्ञान छोड़ना, bro. I don't think कोई qualification है music.
भैंचो मतलब अपना हंटर गैदरर डीएनए लेके तुम भैंचो एलियन की तरह बिहेव मत करो
हाँ,
भैंचो.
man. हाँ, बंद करो हम लोग से.
तो अभी इसी पॉजिटिव नोट के ऊपर अपने यहाँ
पॉजिटिव
पे
नोट,
खत्म.
या लाइक इट.
Very positive.
तुम लोगों ने नेगेटिविटी देखे, एक पॉजिटिव हो गया भैंचो.
I pretty much like that hunter gatherer DNA वाली line. बहुत मजा आया मुझे सुन के. So let's end this episode and let's meet on the next episode with fresh rappers. Fresh मतलब कि
sir.
दूसरे rappers. ठीक है. And thank you very much.
This is like unfresh rappers में.
अगर अगले एपिसोड में भी किसी ने ज्ञान
Actually haven't had a bath.
अगर
I actually didn't have a bath.
अगर अगले एपिसोड में किसी ने ज्ञान चोदा तो मत सुनो, और फिर पहले वाले एपिसोड पे भी अगर ज्ञान चोदा है तो मत सुनो.
बस
ये-
बता दो, हम लोग दोनों लाइव आके गांड मार देंगे मतलब.
ज्ञान चोदना बंद करो, और जो ज्ञान चोदते हैं उसको सुनना बंद करो, बस. और कुछ नहीं.
Yeah. And thank you very much, Siege. Thank you very much, EMF. And Shabba Khair.